Hey everyone, I'm Tommy from Leupold, and today I'm going to break down scope magnification and why it's important to understand before picking out your next scope. Magnification helps you adapt to your environment, so you can take precise shots in any situation. Whether you're looking for a long-range scope, a close-quarter optic, or something that gives you flexibility of both, our lineup guarantees you'll have the right magnification for the right job. When choosing your new Leupold scope, magnification choice ultimately comes down to personal preference, but there are a few things you should consider when deciding which magnification is right for you. First, let's cover the basics. There are two types of magnification, or power categories, fixed and variable. Fixed power scopes enlarge the image, making your target appear closer, but like the name infers, the magnification can't be adjusted, so you're limited to just one magnification or power setting. Variable power scopes, on the other hand, provide much more flexibility because you're able to zoom in and out, which is why they've gained popularity over the years. Most Leupold scopes you see are going to be variable power. At Leupold, we also typically name our scopes based on the zoom ratio it's built around, which directly affects the magnification range. For example, our Mark III HD has a 3:1 zoom ratio, which means that the top-end magnification is 3 times greater than the low-end magnification. So you'll notice that its available models include a 3:9, a 4:12, a 6:18, and so on. The lower number on that range represents the lowest magnification, while the highest number represents the highest magnification. So, a Mark III HD 4:12 can be dialed down to 4 power and all the way up to 12 power. Compare that to our Mark V HD, which has a 5:1 zoom ratio. Its lineup will include a 3.6:18, a 5:25, and a 7:35. So you'll notice that with a 5:1 zoom ratio, you get a much broader magnification range out of a single scope. Being able to dial down to 3.6 power and all the way up to 18 gives you a lot more flexibility in the field than a 3:9 will, which is one reason why someone might upgrade to that model. So, what power is right for you? Like I mentioned before, it's mostly based on preference and how much magnification you feel comfortable using at different distances. But generally speaking, a lower power scope like a 1:6 or a 3:9 is going to be ideal for closer targets or tighter spaces where speed and a wider field of view are important for quick target acquisition. A higher power scope like a 5:25 or a 7:35 is ideal for long-range shots where your targets are further away and typically not moving as much. So you might be more willing to give up some extra field of view for the extra magnification. If you're still unsure about the exact magnification you might want, one recommendation is getting the largest zoom ratio that your budget allows. This will give you as much flexibility as possible, so if your scenario changes, your scope doesn't have to. And for newer shooters, I have one final note to keep in mind. More top-end magnification isn't always the answer for longer shots. Once you start zooming in, your field of view becomes more limited and your movements are more magnified through the scope, which can make you feel less steady than if you were dialing back the magnification a little bit. So if you're tempted to automatically buy the biggest scope on the market, make sure you understand the trade-offs when you start sending rounds downrange. Getting familiar with where you're shooting, what you're shooting, and how you're shooting is ultimately the best way to decide which magnification is going to be right for you. For more information about Leupold scopes, head over to leupold.com.